Rick Weaver, Fred Woodson, and Henry Barrow back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. A hot, humid evening. We have what looks to me to be a capacity crowd here this evening. Griese will be the quarterback. He will have Marv Fleming at the tight end. Warfield and Twilley will be the wide receivers. And Jim Kick, along with Charlie Lee, will be the running backs. Larry Zonka, the other half of Butch and Sundance, unable to perform tonight because of a slight muscle tear in a calf. So the Dolphins, who have not had very good field position here the last couple of times, and when they have had, haven't been able to do too much with it. Offensively, start from their 6-yard line with 1:03 to go in the first quarter, no score.
Frank, I know Bob Griese is sort of frustrated right now. He hasn't really gotten the drive going tonight, and I'm quite sure he feels that he can, and we all hope that he will.
That's the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from the Orange Bowl in Miami with a score. The New Orleans Saints nothing, the Miami Dolphins nothing. Twilley splits far side, Warfield to the near side. 2nd down and 10, ball from the Dolphins 31. Griese with Lee and Kick, the split backs, drops straight back to throw. He has time. He sets up, fires deep in the middle. Warfield's got it. 40 down to the 39, and he's dragged down. Paul Warfield, a deep slant over the middle. He caught the ball at the 40. The man who made the tackle, the free safety, the rookie, Bill Cahill, 31 yards on the pass completion. Griese to Warfield, and Griese unloads his first long pass of the night. The Dolphins have excellent field position with a first down at the New Orleans 39.
That shows Bob Griese's maturity as a quarterback. He stayed in that pocket to the very last minute. I remember a few years back he might have run out of there.
Warfield has now caught 2 for 43 yards. 2nd down and 6. Dolphins ball moving from our right to our left at the Saints 35. Griese, play fake, drops to throw. He's looking right. He's firing down for Twilley. He's down there. He's got a touchdown! No sooner had we mentioned that Billy Hayes had come in at the cornerback spot than Griese went to work on him. And Twilley beat the pants off of him, caught the ball on the far side of the end zone, fell down but held onto it. A 34-yard touchdown pass, Griese to Howard Twilley, and the white handkerchiefs are out. This is the tradition here in Miami. Wave your white handkerchiefs whenever the Dolphins score. Garo Yepremian will try the point from placement. Earl Morrill is in to hold. Snap, set down, the kick is up, and it's good. So the Dolphins draw first blood with 11 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the first half. Dolphins with a 94-yard drive, 9 plays, 34-yard pass from Griese to Twilley. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with a score. The Dolphins 7, the Saints nothing. Defensively for the Dolphins, Denherter, Fernandez are up there on the front line along with Jim Dunaway and Bill Stanfield. The middle linebacker is Bonacotti. Larry Ball and Doug Swift also the linebackers. Tim Foley and Curtis Johnson the corners. Scott and Anderson the safeties. The running backs, Pete Van Valkenburg, number 28, a rookie from Brigham Young, and Bill Butler, a 2-year man, number 38 from Kansas State. Archie Manning is the quarterback. The wide receivers are Preston Riley and Drew Bowie. The tight end is Mike Kelly. The tackles are Carl Johnson and Don Morrison. The guards are Jake Cupp and Royce Smith, and the center is John Didion. Manning last year threw for 2,781 yards. He had 18 TDs, 21 interceptions, 51%. And he scored a couple of touchdowns from the running game. He's a scrambler. He likes to move around back there when he's in trouble, and he's a big quarterback at 6'3", 215. A couple of years ago, the people of Mississippi were going to run Archie for president. That's how popular he was at Ole Miss. And Manning, thus far in the ball game, has thrown the ball 7 times. He's completed only once for 5 yards and had that interception by Doug Swift. Mark it up the Saints' 47-yard line. It'll bring up the 2nd down and about 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the first half. Riley splits to the near side. Bowie slot man right. Here is Manning. The handoff going to Stevens. Draw in the middle. A delay on the trap, and he hits straight ahead across the 50 into Dolphins territory at the Miami 47. Bowie splits to the far side. Riley to the near side. First down, Saints at the Dolphins 44. 7 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the first half. And here's the pitch going to little Howard Stevens back in there. Sweep to the right. Gets off a tackler at the 40 down to the 35-yard line. New Orleans on a drive now. First and goal, Saints from the 2. Here's Manning on the option keeper. Sweep to the right. He's going to score. He does. Archie Manning runs it in. A 7-7 score with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in this first half. And Archie Manning has just carried his ball club 55 yards in 7 plays. The Dolphins have a whole new unit in there, and we'll get them set up for you. Don Strock, a rookie from Virginia Tech, Dolphins number 5 draft choice, who led the nation's colleges in total offense last year. The quarterbacks, Tom Smith, number 29, a rookie from the University of Miami. along with Ed Jenkins, are the running backs. Greg Boyd, a rookie from University of Arizona, is the tight end. Marlon Briscoe is at one receiver. We'll get the other one for you in just a moment. Bo Rather, rookie from Michigan. Well, the Dolphins, after Greasy got him in for a touchdown, have gone with Don Strock, and he has not been able to move his club. Had a penalty against him, which hurt a drive. Greasy was 7 for 7, 93 yards in passing, and the Saints will start now with a minute and 57 to go before the end of the half from their 38-yard line. Manning remains the quarterback. Here's the handoff. Little Howard Stevens, sweep to the right, slips and falls as he goes to make his cut. Second down and 10, Saints from their 38-yard line. A minute and 40 left to play in the first half. Manning drops straight back to throw, being rushed now. Dumps it off the screen to Butler, up the near side, 35 to the 40, and he is belted. Reels off the tackler and falls out of bounds at the Saints' 46. It'll be third down and about a yard shy of a first down. Here's Manning, the handoff, little Howard Stevens, sweep to the right, puts his head down and rams his way across the 50. Into Dolphins territory at the 49. He's got the first down. First down for the Saints, the Dolphins 49. Archie Manning, big hole for Butler as he rams the middle, gets across the 45 down to the Dolphins 42-yard line. Second down and 3 from the Dolphins 43-yard line. Manning with the snap, hands off on the delay. Butler over the right side. He's got the first down across the 40, down to about the Miami 37-yard line. Clock moves, 36 seconds to go in the half. They want to get into field goal position if nothing else here. Here's Butler again over the right side, 30 inside the 25, and right at the 25 he's knocked off his feet by Charlie Babb, playing at the free safety spot. That is good for another first down. Clock continuing to move with 16 seconds. Happy Feller, a 32-yard field goal attempt from the near side inbounds hash mark toward the east end zone. He'll be kicking against the breeze. Hollis will hold. 9 seconds on the board. It's tied 7-7. Waiting for the snap is Hollis. Here it is, set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It's good. And the Saints move out in front. With 4 seconds showing on the board, just time for the kickoff, and New Orleans takes the lead by a score of 10-7 here, as Happy Feller from the University of Texas, by way of the Philadelphia Eagles, to the New Orleans roster, kicks a 32-yard field goal, and the Saints lead in this ball game by a score of 10-7. The gun sounds. That's the end of the first half with the score. The Saints 10, the Dolphins 7. The Saints with a 10-7 lead. We just started the third quarter. Bobby Scott, the quarterback, second-year man from Tennessee.
Seems to be a carryover from the first half. The Saints are consistently moving the ball against the Dolphins, and Don Shula is just shouting at them.
Miami has not had the football here in this third quarter. On third down conversions, the New Orleans quarterbacks have been 5 out of 7 on the evening. Let's see what Scott comes up with now. A 3rd and 10 from the Dolphins 31. He drops back to throw. Scott does. Sets up. Now he's going to scramble, run with the ball, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Malty Moore and Mike Cadish, the Dolphins' 2 defensive tackles, waited for him and flattened him out at the 32. He lost a yard. So Happy Feller, who has a 32-yard field goal right at the end of the first half to give the Saints the lead, will come in and try a 38-yarder now from the near side inbounds hash mark. Hugo Hollis will hold with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Feller, a 38-yard attempt. The snap set down. The kick is up. He has the distance. It is good. 38-yard field goal for Happy Feller. And with 8 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in this third quarter, Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with the score. The Saints 13, the Dolphins 7. Jim Delgazo, who went all the way at quarterback last week except for a couple of series, will be the quarterback for Miami. In a ball game quite similar to the one against Cincinnati last week. Here's Rather splitting to the near side. Twilly off to the far side. 3rd down and 12. Dolphins from the Saints 47. Waiting for the snap is Delgazo. He is dropping to throw. He sets up. He fires deep in the middle. It is almost intercepted. Intended for Rather. The man back covering on the play was the free safety, Johnny Fuller, who just got a hand on it, deflected it back at about the 15-yard line. Dave Long put on good pressure, the defensive tackle on Delgazo. And Garrow is going to come in and try a field goal. If indeed this is a field goal attempt, and Garrow makes it, it's going to be a 55-yard attempt. It'll be the longest one that he has ever kicked. His longest was 54 yards against the Buffalo Bills last year. Halmile into hole. He has what Breezer is behind him. Here's the snap, set down. The kick is up. Does he have the distance? And no, it's a little short. Bounces into the end zone, out of the end zone. It is no good. Just a little bit too far, a little bit too low, and so it'll be a touchback, and the Saints will put the ball in play out at their 20-yard line. We have 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in this third quarter. The Saints out in front by a score of 13-7. Saints going from their 31. First down, Scott on the snap. Hands off into the middle, and Faragelli hit, fumble on the play. Dolphins recover at the 32. Nick Bonacani really made a stick that time. Bill Stanfield recovered the ball. Bonacani really cracked him. And he coughed it up. Faragelli, the ball carrier, and Bill Stanfield recovered for the Dolphins. So Miami comes up with excellent field position as the Saints turn it over. The ball is at the Saints' 32-yard line. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Dolphins trail 13-7. Jim ready to go to work. Here's the handoff. Again through a hole on the right side. Bouncing off tacklers. Inside the 30 down to the 29. Briscoe splits to the far side. Rather to the near side. The backs, Lee and Ginn, are split in behind Delgazo. A second down and 6 from the Saints' 28-yard line. Here's the handoff. Connor again through a big hole. Left side 25. Down to the 20. A fumble on the play. They may have blown it dead. Let's see what the official's call is going to be. Ginn apparently came up with a fumble himself. Coleman is the man who brought him down. First down for the Dolphins at the Saints' 21. Briscoe splits far side. Rather to the near side. Delgazo ready to go to work. Moving toward the west end zone. Dolphins trail 13-7 on the snap. Handoff. Charlie Lee through the middle. Finds a hole. 15 down to the 13-yard line. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Second down and 2 for a first down from the Saints' 13-yard line. Briscoe splits far side. Rather to the near side. Delgazo hands to Ginn. Starts inside. Cuts outside. He hits to the 10-yard line. He's got the first down. Hubert Ginn off the right side. Hugo Hollis, the strong safety, makes the tackle. That line is blowing off the ball now and moving very well. There's the end of the third quarter of the ball game. Dolphin football action will continue from the Orange Bowl with the score. The Saints 13, the Dolphins 7. Rick Weaver, Fred Woodson, and Henry Barrow back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Jim Delgazo has his ball club on the move as we get ready to go into the final 15 minutes of action. The Saints lead 13-7, but the Dolphins have a first and goal right at the 10-yard line. Delgazo drops the throw. He fires in the corner. Open! Touchdown! And here come the handkerchiefs. And I know that young Mr. Bo Rather, who just slanted to the corner, is very happy about that one. That's his first touchdown pass as a Dolphin. He beat Vivian Lee, the cornerback. Just slanted off the split position and went to the corner and caught the ball. A perfect pass. Yepremian converts. And it's 14-13 now, with 5 seconds having elapsed here in this fourth quarter. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with a score: the Dolphins 14, the Saints 13. What do we have as far as the second half rushing goes for the Dolphins, Hank? Well, this is a game total. Lee, 9 carries, 60 yards. Again, 10 for 13. It can't be too great. The Dolphins' first half rushing yardage was something like 79 yards. They haven't been able to get the ground game going. They've just picked up just 20 yards on the ground in the second half, according to our statistician, Hank Goldberg. The clock continues to move with 3 minutes, 47 seconds to go. Dolphins 14-13 lead. Looks a little shaky right now. And it'll be a third down coming up, and we'll call it about 3 for accuracy's sake, actually closer to 2.5. Ball at the Dolphins' 19-yard line. Scott sprinting out to his right to throw. He's going to run or pass. He's going to run with the ball. He is hit and dropped. He didn't make the first down. He's knocked down at the 18-yard line. Happy Feller comes into the ball game to try the field goal. They'll mark it at the 18. This will be a 25-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2 thus far. It'll be from the far inbounds hash mark. You'll have what breezer is behind him. Hollis will hold. He makes it. It could put the Saints out in front. 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is up. It hits the crossbar and bounces out. It is no good. The Dolphins will take over at their 20-yard line. The ball hit the upright and bounced back out into the playing field. It is no good. There is the 2-minute warning. Dolphin football action will continue in 1 minute. The score, Miami 14, New Orleans 13. We'll pause here for station identification on the Miami Dolphins Football Network.
Leasing cars is a pleasure when you deal with the largest General Motors leasing company in Dade County, William Lehman Leasing. Call for details.
WIOD, Miami.
Well, it seems the Dolphins only do just enough to win, and that's all they want to do, and they just want to win. 1-point wins or 50-point wins.
Well, we have gone over the situation as to why preseason games are played numerous times. Don Shula has explained it, to look at the ball players and to give everybody a chance to play, to find out who your 40-man roster is going to be. The other coaches do the same thing. 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go in the ball game. Dolphins with a 3rd and 6 from their 36. Twilley and Rather split to the near side. Delgado up under center, calls the signals. Would like to get a first down here. Here's Charlie Lee. He's got it. 40, 45, 50, 45 to the 40, 35 to the 30, 25 to the 20, and run out of bounds by Doug Wyatt. Delgado wanted a first down, and Charlie Lee runs 42 yards, busting through a big trap hole on the right side and down the near sidelines before Wyatt ran him out at the Saints 22. Charlie now has 12 carries and 114 yards in rushing. Bob Greasy in the first half was 7 out of 7 with, we refigured 92 yards now in passing offense. That 34-yard TD pass to Twilley. Strock was 0 for 2. And thus far in the ball game, as far as Delgado is concerned, he has 3 out of 8, 45 yards, and a touchdown pass of 10 yards to Dave Rather. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and there's the end of the ball game. The Dolphins win their second cliffhanger from a tough New Orleans Saints team. The final score, the Dolphins 14, New Orleans 13.